Hello guys, I am Agathor and welcome back to another installment of tips, 30 tips for the eagerly awaited and praised 0.58. Time to expose my juicy tips. USMC pants have been added to American helicopter crash site spawns. These come in a woodland or desert variant, holding 6 slots. Everything that spawns at American helicopter crash sites now spawns at these dome barracks buildings, otherwise known as the officer's tent. There are 3 officer's tents around the map, 1 at Mishkino tents and 2 at Northwest Airfield. These all spawn UMPs, AK-101s, M4s, AUGs and corresponding magazines. These 4 buildings are now enterable, but this new barracks building is the only one that spawns loot in this patch. Static military vehicles and camo buildings spawn no military loot at the moment, but greenhouses now spawn industrial loot, including glow plugs and batteries. Netting no longer spawns at static fishing boat locations. Instead, 10 boats spawn across the coast dynamically like helicopter crash sites. These are the only boats that contain loot, and a lot of it. You can now craft a fishing net from 2 netting and metal wire, which can be placed in the ocean to catch a new type of fish, mackerel. The V3S now has an inventory, so you can use the V3S as a mobile home in this patch, storing weapons and supplies inside. To turn on a V3S now, you will need a truck battery and a glow plug, both of which can be found in industrial locations like sheds. However, you need to have enough inventory space on your V3S to attach the battery or glow plug to it. Weirdly enough, you can use these slots after you've attached the battery and glow plug. While the V3S is turned on, you cannot remove the truck battery or the glow plug, but everyone can edit the inventory within a 3-meter radius. The tyres of the V3S have a new model when destroyed, and tyres can be taken off of the V3S entirely. If a tyre is damaged, you can repair it with a new tyre repair kit, but you cannot repair ruined tyres. The 2 tyres in the centre of the V3S don't affect traction when removed, so you can use them as spares if you crash and destroy the front 2. Tyres cannot be shot through or destroyed when in a player's hand, so you can use them as frickin' riot shields. A car tent has been added which can be carried in your hand but cannot be stored in any persistent object in the world. The V3S fits perfectly inside the tent, but the tent cannot be locked. The 4 types of barrel are now unstable and spawn in industrial locations. These are your best bet for storing items in 0.58 because tents are super rare. However, creating large camps is out of the question in this patch because too many stored objects within a 1 kilometer radius of each other causes crippling amounts of desync for players nearby. You now need a barrel to combine lime with animal pelt to create tanned leather, but on the plus side, you get twice as much tanned leather now. Combining nails inside a barrel with any crafted leather clothing will now turn it pitch black, but this only seems to work with the crafted hat for now. Animals, including the new doe, roam around in groups and are much harder to find due to lower numbers in this patch, but are mainly found between or near ponds and rivers. Eating any kind of meat, cooked or raw, has a chance to make you sick in this patch, even the new cookable lard. In order to swap handguards in 0.58, you need to have the weapon on your back and nothing in your hands, then double click to force the handguard into your hands. Spray painting the base of any weapon will cause all attachments to disappear, so taking attachments off before spraying is highly recommended. Alternatively, you can just relog. You run considerably slower with a pistol in your hand compared to running with a 2-handed weapon or no weapon in your hand. The leather sewing kit can now be used to repair vests once again, but still cannot repair helmets. Crafted torches now have a fire effect and can only be doused with a water bottle, canteen or cooking pot. That's right, the cooking pot can now be filled like the water bottle and canteen and holds the most amount of liquid of the 3. You can even store items inside while it's full of water. New to 0.58 are these fridges dotted around the map. They cannot be picked up and are pretty damn useless at the moment. Beware of traps near these fridges. You can now place a fireplace inside static stoves in some buildings that have grills like this. This means you don't need a tripod to cook food with a cooking pot, and smoke comes out of the flooping chimney. Bonus tap! If you throw paper at a surface, the paper will stick to the surface as if pinned, making for super spooky notices. 0.58 is what 0.55 was always supposed to be, a persistent world with evenly distributed loot to make surviving and finding good gear a challenge. Unfortunately, because stored loot causes desync among players and the server, it's not perfect. Nonetheless, it gives us a sample of the foundation where the core mechanics of DayZ come together. The greatest step forward from 0.57 to 0.58 is the removal of painful bugs and the story behind your character. Looting up at guardhouses and dying in a blaze of glory on the coast was fun for a while, but our characters lacked the depth of travelling west and experiencing survival and tension that didn't always revolve around PvP. 0.58, in my opinion, is the best patch we've seen since 0.53. Bugs are few compared to other patches, gameplay is enjoyable, and the search for loot is more rewarding than ever. Thank you for watching. Don't set up a camp within a 1 kilometer radius of someone else, and I will see you in the next video. Get wrecked, bitches!